Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm using the webcam on this one because I'm probably be talking for a bit, and I want to do a video, especially after last night, of the absolute best and absolute worst service I ever got in a restaurant. Now, this it doesn't pertain to like fast food or something like that, or it's just basically a restaurant, sit down place, whether it be a restaurant chain or like a local restaurant or ones that we had history with, and if most of you have seen that review I did last night from the filet mignon Oscar from Crowleys. Now, Crowleys is a very close restaurant to where I live, like 2 miles away. This is only the second time I've ever been there in my life. Um, it's too expensive, like I said, but John had to buy one, get one free coupon, so we thought we'd go there. My friend from high school, John. And the only other time I've been there was because I usually don't go to a place like that. It's too. I was a little blown away by how expensive it was yesterday. I'm glad we had that coupon. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to go. It's too much money. And the only other time I've been there was like in the early. I can't remember the exact date, 2003, 2004, something like that. I said old fashioned days, but I actually won a $10 gift certificate at the Cranesville Community Picnic, which they canceled last summer, which sucked because I was looking forward to going there and doing a review there, but oh well. And it was a $10 gift certificate, and I'd end up ordering. It was like barbecue pork chops. I think it was $8.99, and I asked if I could have a big salad and the bread, and they charged me $9.99 because I wanted to cover the $10 thing, so I only had to pay like so many cents for sales tax. So that was cool. Well, anyways. Yeah, I was blown away by by how expensive it was. I called my mother and talked to where I went to, and she said it's really expensive. And when her and my stepdad, when he was still alive, I think they went down there a long time ago. She said I buy one get one free, and she was surprised how expensive they were. Well, anyways, the absolute best restaurant service I ever had was at Crowley's last night. Believe it or not. I went inside. There was a person to greet me. Very polite, very nice. Really talked a lot, and then she showed us where to sit down. I mean, it wasn't that busy at the time. And then they had one or two families come in. I couldn't imagine a whole family coming and eating there. Ugh. But she came, sat us down, and then a lady came out, and she said she knew what all the specials were. She knew a lot of stuff. You saw the video. She was very informative about everything. Because it's only the second time I've ever been there. Because I barely remember the first time because it was just a takeout order. I went in, got it, and left. Very, very knowledgeable about everything. And then she gave us our appetizer, frog legs. And the frog legs review is coming up tonight. Very first time I ever tried frog legs. And then the owner, either the owner or the manager came up, and you heard him on the video for the frog legs. Well, you didn't hear him yet, but when the video comes up. And he was asking, is everything all right? Glad to see you. Glad you came in tonight and everything. Very on point. The lady came back 3 or 4 times. Really, if she saw the glass was empty, well, pop, she'd go and fill it up and bring it right back. I mean, really knowledgeable. She gave a good thing of that NJ sauce, which I never heard of before. And that was on the video, so you got a good idea what that was. Very informative, very much. She gave us time to... After the thing to digest it, she got paid to check. And the best service I ever had at a restaurant, because usually it's always just standard. Where, at least the places I go to, they say, what do you want? And they give us a thing, and then, and sometimes they come around, or usually you have to track them down or something like that to get like a refill of poppers. But no, not Crowley's. Oh my God, it was probably the best service I've had at any restaurant. Was at Crowley's. Now, the absolute worst service, oh my God, was a place I had a history with back when in the 80s when my dad and mom were still married, and they took me, my sister, we used to go to a place called Johnny's Tavern. So right on that one intersection. And that was like, oh God. Well, we lived real closer by before at the house in East Crane Road. We had a big house, not the trailer, big house. And we lived really close by, like 2 or 3 miles or something. And my dad said, "Hey, there's this place we can go to eat," and he never knew it existed. And then in the early '80s, it was called Johnny's Tavern, and they had the best food. And he liked. I used to always get the meatball sandwich and large fries, and my dad would always get the sausage sandwich, which I became a fan of too. Like it was the best sausage sandwich I ever had. Not traditional. It's not traditional one with the green pepper. It was fantastic. It really was good. Well, this is where we had the worst service. Not with Johnny or his daughter, who was nice looking, by the way. Apparently Johnny wanted to sell the place, and in '87 he sold it to a guy named BJ, and it became BJ's Tavern. And we had problems with the owner. This isn't the worst service though, but it was bad. Whenever I got out of, I went in the Army in '87, and then in summer of '88, I came out of AIT, and I was home for like 19 days. And my dad was saying every Wednesday they have all-you-can-eat wings. So he went down there, and this was back when we were a lot skinnier. My dad was skinny. I don't know how much he was. I know when I got to AIT, I was down 135 pounds. And people said I looked like a rail. You know, I was that skinny. And we went down, and they had all-you-can-eat wings. And we ate a lot of wings. We got the hot wings, of course. You know, we get an order, and then we ask for another order. Then we ask for another order. And then we asked for another order because we wanted some more wings. And he started giving us kind of a tough time and said, you know, this is like your third or fourth order. I said, I know, but it says all you can eat wings. And then he gave us kind of a crappy order of wings. And we weren't too happy with that, and we ended up leaving. We were pissed. I can't remember what happened. We had that. I don't know if we had beer at Popper. I can't remember. This is a long time ago. But I know we didn't go back that much after that. I mean, because my dad didn't like the guy, and I kind of didn't like the guy for, giving us a tough time. But that wasn't the worst service. And then he passed away in the end of '91 or '92. We did go back there a couple times, though, sporadically. Because, I mean, my dad liked the sausage sandwiches, and I liked the meatball sandwich, just because of the food. And then we didn't have any problems with him after that, but he gave us the attitude back in '88. And then it became the Tee-Off Tavern or something like that. It was a golf-themed tavern. It had, like, cool displays on there. And that was around for a while, for, like, 6-7 years. It went through a couple of different owners. And the food was really good there. I remember my dad taking me and my sister and my then niece and nephew there. I remember my nephew, he used to eat too much, and then he'd sort of throw up in the bathroom. Yeah, I had him a couple times. But, he'll probably be mad if he sees this video. He probably won't. And the food was always good there. I wish we went back there more when those guys owned the place. We had no problem with them. And then it became Caffin's place, and this is where we had the worst service. First of all, they had like this painting that I still don't know what the hell it is. Every guy you go by it, I don't know what the hell it is. It was a horse or like an elephant or something. I still couldn't make it out. It was a real weird painting. And as of now, like in 2012, toward the end of 2012, they're out of business. And it's because they drove it into the ground. Worst service ever. I only went there once. I talked to my one friend, Ryan, in 2010 about the place, and he said that him and some friends went down there, and said the waitress was a complete bitch to him. And he said they'd never be back there again. Like, wow. I was talking to my dad. My dad said he hadn't been there in a long time. And he wanted to go down there and try a sausage sandwich again. So we went down there. And I talked to Roger, the foreman, about that place about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he said it might have been, it might have been the owner's wife. I don't want to say her name, and he said she's a complete bitch. I don't know if that's the person who waited on us, but I bet you it was. And we got, both Dad and I got hot sausage sandwich, because that's what my dad wanted. He loved that sandwich, and it was a fantastic sandwich. We got Cajun fries. And she had a complete attitude the whole time we were there. And it's like, what's wrong with this person? And we got the Cajun fries, and they were like I liked them. My dad said they were too salty. I said, I don't like these fries. Could you get me just the regular fries? She said, okay. And she was kind of pissed off. And she came back with the fries, regular order fries. And then when the bill came, she charged my dad both for the Cajun fries and the French fries, regular French fries. I said, no. He didn't like those. He wanted the replacement fries. And she was like, well, I'm charging for both. Oh, no, you do not. I won't pay for that. And she gave it, and I went back and forth with her for at least 10 minutes. And I was pissed. Biggest bitch waitress I ever met in my life. Linda. Probably the worst service I ever had. I assume, I don't know if that's her name. That's what the foreman said her name, the owner's wife. Worst service, I'm so glad they're out of business. They drove, Johnny's Tavern was a great place. BJ kind of ruined it some, but BJ was still doing good business. Like I said, Tee-Off Grill was doing good business. They used to have like this horseshoe tournament that used to be covered on the news there for I don't know how long. Shoes and Brews or something like that for the veterans or something like that. And they used to have a Cavan's play, but Cavan's drew that way into the ground. The absolute worst restaurant, worst service I ever had in my life. I mean, I still get mad about it. And we never went back there again, ever. I said, it was bad. Every time we drove by the place, I'd go out and give it the finger. I'll never go back. And then, when I went, talking about her, and then at the bar, everybody gave me an attitude. Because I was pissed off. I wasn't going to pay for those fries. Because she charged me for the shitty ones. I'll never forget that. I was really upset. I was very angry. Never go back there again. I'm so glad they're out of bed. They deserved it. They ruined Johnny's Tavern. A great place that we used to go to all the way in the 80s. Early 80s. And then, that's one place we had a history with. And then, also Johnny's Tavern in Edinburgh, a pizzeria. Best pizza ever. Even though the Pizza Hut in Edinburgh is really good too. And the Little Caesars is good. But, I mean, as far as a locally owned pizza shop, best pizza we ever had, Best pizza, even though I usually would get the steak sub, and the antipasto salad. My dad loved the antipasto salad. Now, we don't go there that much anymore. I mean, when my dad was still alive, he'd always ask for an antipasto salad, And, that just place got too expensive too. It just got expensive. The cost would add up, but it's very good. And then just like Uncle Charlie's, which has been back and forth through some different owners and stuff like that. And we went there all the time in the 80s. They used to have buy one get one free spaghetti that my dad used to like when he was still alive. In the 80s, we used to go there all the time, and then. They used to have a t-shirt club. We used to go there a lot in the 90s. And then we stopped going a little bit because it got a little bit expensive. And then they had new owners. And the new owners really improved the place. And then they ended up having to sell the place because they had two different businesses. And then it went back to Dave. And it was still okay. And then they went to some new owner. And they switched to Charlie's, even though we still called it Uncle Charlie's. And I went there, and that got really out expensive but the food was still great. But not as good as I remember it. And, I did like one or two videos from Uncle Charlie's. At least one video. I did a couple of reviews for Uncle Charlie's. I know I did one video on location there. And even we were saying it's kind of pricey because we haven't been there in a while. I haven't been there in a while. And then we had a staff meeting for the Horror Fest back in December at Uncle Charlie's. And it was really good. I didn't film anything there. I didn't know if people would be uncomfortable when you film it, so I didn't film nothing there. But the food was really good. I didn't pay for anything, though. The fest paid for it, which was awesome. So that is the video about the absolute best and absolute worst service I ever had before in any restaurant. So I hope you liked this video. And until next time. And there was also some extra information, too. Like, I don't plan on going to Crowleys again anytime soon. It's just... unless there's some coupon or gift certificate involved, you know what I mean? So, until next time, please, take care of my Legion. And hopefully, this summer, they'll keep the picnic going. Because I like that community picnic. That's what the borough pays for. That's what, I I can't believe, I was really shocked that they canceled the damn thing. Hopefully they won't do it this time, I hope. So, till next time, like I said, take care.